with Kurt starting, you have nothing to lose to just start Michael Penix the rest of the season.
Well, see, with the contract, they have to pay him this year, and they can finish him out next year, and that's it.
Yeah, but they'll cut people, bro. Like it don't even matter, bro. Daniel Jones is gonna be making money for the next 3 years, bro. Like,
Who picked up Jones?
The Vikings.
The Vikings. Okay. All right. Let's get into a couple of topics here, man. So let's talk this MVP race. So we had an MVP showdown or MVP contender showdown. The Eagles beat the Ravens. That was a great game. And it was two contenders, Saquon and Lamar in that one. And we also had Josh Allen throwing a touchdown to himself against the 49ers. Hey, at this point, the 49ers, I still believe Kyle Shanahan's a good coach. Like, I mean, one down season is nothing. But at this point, they're name over game, especially on the defensive side of the ball, I feel like. And then
I mean, you're right. They played a lot of football over the last few years, right? And you got a 40-year-old Trent Williams, basically.
I wouldn't have paid Trent. I don't know if y'all remember me saying that earlier. I guess they're in the window now. They feel like they can get the Super Bowl any year.
McCaffrey reverting back to McCaffrey that we all know down here. I mean, and it's no hate on McCaffrey because it's hard because he does so much on the field, right? So,
right.
Yes, his body is used more than an average running back. I guess him and Saquon are used probably about the same, catching the ball and then handing the ball off to him. But again, honestly, the first 2 years that Run CMC had with San Francisco, it was like the healthiest he's been in the league.
Right.
I was like, man, and I wasn't even trying to put it on him. I was like, bro, he's due. He's just due to get hurt just because
that's the nature of it.
It is what it is. So I mean, they're gonna have to figure out what to do, man, because that Josh Purdy contract is coming up, and so they're gonna have to figure out who they're gonna keep, how they're gonna maneuver around, because they're gonna have to have a quarterback. And Josh Purdy has to play bad this year, so I guess that's the glimmer of hope that the team will have.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, and we also up here, we got your man, Jared Goff. I think he's fourth in the odds right now.
What's my man, Jalen Rose call him Jared Montana?
That man's been cold. But the MVP race, man, so I think it was Lamar who had it first, Josh Allen behind him. Then, Saquon put himself into the fold. I think that was the Eagles beating the Ravens Sunday afternoon was kind of like a little knockout punch from Saquon, the hop in front of Lamar Jackson. Yeah. And then Josh Allen just showing out Sunday night against the 49ers was just damn. Yeah.
I feel like the voters, we never know what it's going to look like down the stretch, right? I feel like this is Josh Allen's year because he's been so close to winning it.
Well, he's been due, man. Like I feel like it's like the same thing with Luka.
Yeah.
Even granted, Luka's injured and he's coming back tonight, I think.
Yeah, he's supposed to.
Luka's coming back tonight, but same case. I mean, Luka has been to the finals. Josh hasn't been to a Super Bowl, but I feel like those caliber of players, they've been past due for an MVP. They just had somebody in front of them that took it. But damn, bro. Hey, we got to see, man, if Saquon if he busts 2,000 yards and the Eagles are the top seed of the NFC, we could see a running back because Saquon's he's a very likable person and player.
Look, I think Saquon is great, but I'm going to say this. The only thing about running backs is this, right? Think about the effect of having a real quarterback on his team has had on him. So, would he have this season if he was on another team? And I'm not taking anything away from Saquon because he's by far the best running back in the league. but it's hard for me
Saquon?
to say Saquon, because it's hard for me to say he's the MVP when that team was already going to be good, and more so Jalen Hurts was handling business. You know what I'm saying? As a leader of that team, and I'm not saying there's nothing against him. He's had like an all-time season, and then how do you skip over Jared Allen? That team is like boat racing everybody, man. Like
Jared Goff?
Oh yeah, Jared Goff. How are we?
Okay.
We're like.
I wasn't sure if you meant Allen or Josh Allen or, but yeah.
Jared Goff's team is like boat racing people every week, and then a part of his problem is his numbers aren't looking as great as everybody else.
That's the thing.
Beat the brakes off of him, so he's sitting.
But then that goes into team success. So you look at the factors with the MVP and the Heisman, and we can ponder a little bit on the Heisman race as well. So you look at, I mean, popularity is part of it. You look at stats and team value. So Saquon, he's in a position for stats. He's in the lead for stats. If he goes over 2,000, possibly breaks the record, he's going to have the stats in his favor. You look at team success, Jared Goff, like you said, they're boat racing people, but they have 1 loss or 2 losses right now.
1.
Yeah, they only have 1 loss. So team success, that's in his favor. And then you look at value to the team. That's all Josh Allen, baby. You know what I mean? Like, I think the receivers on the Bills are good enough, but man, look, they wouldn't be this good if there was just a normal guy back there throwing the ball. You know what I mean? Like if Brock Purdy, like no disrespect to Purdy, I think Purdy's great, but if he was back there, it's not the same thing. So the stats that's in Saquon's favor right now, and possibly team success. You know, if the Eagles happen to jump the Lions in the standings and get the number 1 seed, that can happen, and it's likely to happen with the Lions getting these injuries to their players as of recently, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
Man, their defense. Dan Campbell got the 3rd string people ready to go out there and punch through walls for him.
Hey, bro, hey, boy, they're ready to take on a speeding car, boy.
Bruh. So, yeah, I mean, I feel you. Honestly, I'll be happy if this will be a year where I'm not like, man, that dude don't deserve to win. Everybody on this list has a case for being MVP. Everybody on that list. I think Saquon would be deserving. He's having one of the best years ever as a running back.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen deserves it. He's been a great quarterback in the league for years. And honestly, the coaching staff did a really good job of putting him in a better situation to succeed and stop passing the ball for 40 times a game. Mm-hmm. So like the whole combination, his season has been like well coached.
Yeah, I think there was one game they blew out a team. They bust down the team. Josh only had like 100 passing yards, 101, 109 passing yards. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah,
you know, James Cook.
What were we saying, bro? What did I say about Josh, bro? They were using that dude wrong, bro. They were using him wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to my pops, and we were talking about like Josh Allen is exactly what Cam Newton was, right? The same thing. I feel like I give McDermott a lot more credit for like the way he's using Josh, because it got to the point where Coach Ron wasn't using Cam correctly. He was using Cam as a battering ram instead of letting him use his arm talent when he needed to, and it wasn't balanced enough. And it shortened Cam's career, man, by the way that they were using him. And so now this is going to prolong Josh Allen's career by having a more balanced attack around him.
Sure enough. I'm with you on that one. All right, let's keep it moving. Offensive Rookie of the Year. So we had Jaden Daniels took the lead by storm. Was throwing for like 70% completion percentage. And, you know, he's kind of falling off that rocker. Not too bad, but just a little bit. And at the moment, we have Bo Nix, who's just balling with the Broncos. started off, more so game manager that can move. And we got Brock Bowers leading all tight ends and receptions and receiving yards. Offensive Rookie of the Year. How you feeling about this one?
Man, it's hard because if Jaden Daniels wouldn't have taken that rib injury against the Panthers, it might be a different story. He hasn't been the same since he had that injury. I mean, he's starting to play. He's starting back to play decently again. But once he got those ribs cracked up, man, he hasn't been the same. He's still having a good rookie season, right? Bo Nix came on late. I love the confidence in Bo Nix.
Bo Nix ball.
Man, Bo Nix was the oldest quarterback taken in the draft. He looked like a confident player. So, I mean, he landed with the right coach. So, Brock Bowers is not going to win Rookie of the Year because he's not a quarterback.
I know, right? It's like the
best season out of all those players.
He's a quarterback for the lowly Vegas Raiders at the moment.
So,
I meant, what did I say?
He's a quarterback.
Yeah, he's tight end.
So, like, he's putting up really good numbers. If there weren't two quarterbacks that were balling out this year, having good years, then it would be different. Like, there's years. The year that what's your boy from the Rams? What's your boy that broke all the records?
Running back?
No, receiver. That is rookie year.
Cup. No, Puka.
The Hawaiian dude,
Puka.
Yeah. Your boy Nakuka.
Puka Nakua.
Yeah. So the year he won, there weren't a lot. The quarterback play wasn't that great, right?
Last year, I thought C.J. Stroud won last year. No, that was last year. C.J. Stroud won.
C.J. Stroud won last year. The year before was Puka, right?
No, Puka was a rookie last year.
Last year? Oh yeah, that's why he didn't win last year because C.J. Stroud won.
Right?
So even though he broke all those records, receiving records, he still didn't win.
I'm trying to. All right, hold on. Let me try to find a offensive rookie that wasn't a quarterback.
It's going to have to be a year when the quarterback play wasn't good, because every year is going to end up going to a quarterback. It's the same as the MVP race. So, Brock Bowers,
just like the Heisman for this year. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's great. The top quarterbacks in college football are very talented. However, if you're looking at the pinnacle of the best player, most popular player, it's not a quarterback at the moment.
No, not at all.
But real quick, who would you pick? Hunter or Genty?
I would pick Hunter.
You pick Hunter?
Yeah.
I'll take Genty. I'll take Genty.
I would pick Hunter because I think this year has shown how valuable he is to that team. And they played really well, and he's played really well on both sides of the ball. And there's nobody else that can say that they're doing what he's doing. Like he could be a top 10 pick at wide receiver, or he would be a top 10 pick.
Yeah, they got him in top 3 in all the mock drafts. Yeah. That's crazy, man. Getting him
whatever position they would put him in, he was gonna be a top 10 pick or a top 5 pick at whatever position. So, and
then it's that versatility, man. It's like, all right, we can have him for defense and what y'all gonna do with him? Like, what's the move? You know, it's crazy. It's a good problem to have, though. It's a good problem to have.
Yeah, shout out to Coach Prime, man, because by the end of last year, man, we was like, man, we wanted Deion to come back.
Right? It was like, damn, man.
And then he bounced back. He bounced back with a solid year this year. He's got the number 1 quarterback coming in next year as a recruit. So like everything is looking up, man. If I was him, I would not go to Florida State. I wouldn't go to the NFL. I would stay right there in Colorado and let all those people in the mountains give him money and enjoy his life the way that he can, man. So I mean, that situation is a dope situation for him to be in.
And you look at it, you look at competition. So pretty much, we're going to college football. In my opinion, I think the Big 12 is just as good as any other conference. The ACC, Big 10, and the SEC. However, with Texas and Oklahoma leaving, they don't have the top tier blue bloods. Like they don't have the Ohio State, the Oregon, the Georgia, the Bama, the Clemson, and Florida State. You know, not Florida State this year, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah. But the rest, like how they get down, I mean, you put an Iowa State against the Ole Miss or a freaking South Carolina, a freaking who else is in the Big Ten? Indiana or whatever. You know, the second tier. Let me not say second tier teams, but the second tier programs, they're gonna bang with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But all in all, I think him staying in Colorado, getting those top recruits, getting the money in, getting guys in, they can dominate the Big 12.
Yes.
Domination for the Big 12.
About him getting money, being in a program where you're beloved. Like, I get it. People are like, oh, I want to go to a bigger program and all this, bruh. Like, every program didn't start out big. You know, Duke wasn't Duke until Coach K went to Duke. You know what I'm saying? So it's understanding your place in history and being able to build a program. And I honestly hope that Deion stays. I think it's important. I think it's important what he's doing, so he can show like, yeah, you're a black coach and you might not get the job initially at Ohio State, but if you're coaching at TCU, you can turn that into a top program.
Oh yeah, the kids don't want to go there. Speaking of black coach, the Syracuse new head coach. I texted you about him.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was a black man. That was great, man. New York could use. I mean, I know historically Syracuse has been good. Shout out Jim Brown. But Fran Brown, that's his name. Damn, what if they would? All right, if he was related to Jim Brown, we'd know that. But his name is Fran Brown.
Yeah.
So I think if he could build something there, that'd be awesome. If New York could have like a really good college football power, and then it's in the ACC. You know, that wouldn't be the hardest conference to topple. I mean, as compared to like the Big Ten and the SEC.
I mean, there's money in Syracuse, man. Like all those people that are upstate in New York and Connecticut, you know, people that are in that area. Going to Syracuse is a big deal. Like my cousin went to Syracuse, but even going back in Carmelo's son going to play at Syracuse, like signing his letter of intention to go in there, like it's still a big time university. I think in the South, you forget about it. It's the same way as we don't think about UConn as much being in the South, but those are major universities, and their alumni has a lot of money. There's a lot of NIL money in the state of New York to get top recruits. So I think there could be a shift, man. If they can have some sustained excellence going on up there, it could be a big deal for a lot of people, man, especially people of color that live in that area. Not everybody has to come down south.
Sure enough. All right. So we're almost out of time for you.